What's up, guys? Today we're going after the pros and cons of living in Chesapeake, Virginia, and we're getting after it right now. Alright, what's up, guys? Ed Wheeler here, realtor and active duty sailor here in Hampton Roads. And in this channel, we go over all of the work, eat, sleep, play, everything you could possibly need to know about living in Hampton Roads, especially if you're military. So if that's the information that you are after, hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can be notified every time we put out new videos. So if you're thinking about moving, relocating, or even possibly PCSing here in Hampton Roads, which would include Portsmouth, Suffolk, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, Newport News, and Hampton, reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, find me on Facebook, message me, however you have to do it, and just know that we've got your back when it comes to moving here to Hampton Roads. Alright, so today we're doing the pros and cons of living in Chesapeake, Virginia. So Chesapeake is unique in a sense, just like Newport News, where there's different parts of Chesapeake, right? Alright, so I'm going to break it down into the different sections that you would think about Chesapeake, and each one has their own special things about them. So that would be, as you can see on this map right here, you have Western Branch, Deep Creek, South Norfolk, yes, South Norfolk, and South Chesapeake. All right, so Western Branch is obviously on the western part of Chesapeake, as you can see on this map. And if you are, let's say you're military, you're getting stationed in Norfolk, Oceana, maybe even Little Creek, Western Branch might not be the best place as far as location, just because it's farther from those locations, and so obviously you are going to have more time sitting in traffic if you are getting, if you live in Western Branch. Also, another con of living in Western Branch is there's really just not a lot to do. It just is. I don't really know what else to say, but there's just not as much to do. As it's not like there's a downtown part of Western Branch like there is in Norfolk or Virginia Beach or Hampton or Newport News. There's not really a downtown. It's just Western Branch, and it's just not as much to do out there. All right, so some of the pros of living in Western Branch is that there is a lower crime rate, as you can see on this map right here, and then also the schools are rated very high in Western Branch, which makes it a very desirable place to live. And then also the other pro would be that the home prices are also lower. All right, so Deep Creek it's very popular. I would say that some of the cons, though, would be, because it is more popular, some of the cons would be the crime rate is higher, people are a little bit more congested, and there's just, fortunately, like most parts of Chesapeake, Deep Creek just doesn't have a lot to do. It's just how it is. But the big pro about living in Deep Creek is that the real estate prices are low. So that's one of the reasons why Deep Creek is more popular, is mainly because the real estate prices are low. But then, like I said, you would have to deal with not a lot to do and also deal with crime. So there's a plus and minus there. Obviously, you get more bang for your buck if you do live in Deep Creek for real estate. And then you have South Norfolk. So South Norfolk obviously is directly below Norfolk, and it actually borders Norfolk on. So South Norfolk cons would be that there's a higher rate of crime, that the schools are rated lower, and there's just not a lot going on. It just, like I said with the last parts of Chesapeake, you just don't have as much going on in some parts of Chesapeake as you would, say, in Norfolk or in Virginia Beach. So if you're looking for the hustle and bustle of the city, these parts of Chesapeake might not be the right one for you. But then again, if you want to be away from the hustle and bustle of the city, maybe have more things to do that are outdoors, these parts of Chesapeake might be for you. One of the big pros about living in South Norfolk is that it is close. You're right below Norfolk, so and it's actually really close to where I live. I live in Norfolk, and it kind of borders on Chesapeake and Virginia Beach, and being that close, it's kind of nice. I mean, I only drive 15 minutes, and I'm at work. So if you're talking about you want to be close to work, but you also kind of want to be out of the hustle and bustle, South Norfolk might be the place to be. The other thing about South Norfolk that would be a pro would be the home prices. Because you border Norfolk right there, and there is a little bit more crime, the home prices are a little lower. And so you'll find that you can find a very nice, decent 3-bed, 2-bath for about $225. Versus in Virginia Beach, you might be spending $250,000 for the same style house. Okay, so South Chesapeake is pretty much this giant area down here, and the cons of living in South Chesapeake would be the distance, because it is so much further. So like I said before, just a minute ago, South Norfolk is relatively close to the Norfolk base, if that's where you're getting stationed. But South Chesapeake, you can drive, depending on where you're at in South Chesapeake, you could drive 40 minutes just to get to Norfolk. And so some people have no problem. I know plenty of people that live in North Carolina as well, and they have no problem driving that distance, because they are living the style of life that they want to live. Now, the other con about South Chesapeake is that it is expensive. There's a lot of people that want to live in South Chesapeake because it is away from the hustle and bustle. It is away from the military bases for the most part. So it is expensive, and some of the reasons that it's expensive, we'll go into the pros. Some of the reasons it's expensive is a lot of people are trying to live in South Chesapeake. The schools are extremely good as far as compared to some of the other parts of Hampton Roads, and there's lots of shopping. It's family friendly. The whole area of South Chesapeake is almost like when growing up and you left the doors unlocked, things like that. People look out for each other down there. So a lot of families want to live in South Chesapeake. And like I said, there's a lot of shopping, especially in Greenbrier. Greenbrier is a neighborhood in South Chesapeake that is, there's a lot of people that want to live in Greenbrier all the time. I get it all the time. Can you show me a place in Greenbrier? And sometimes I can say yes, and sometimes I can go, well, I'm sorry, there's just not a lot of availability. But that's because everybody wants to live around Greenbrier. I hope you've enjoyed this video on the pros and cons of living in Chesapeake. And maybe it's not for you, but that's what we're here for, to help you find the place in Hampton Roads that is for you. So, like I said before, give me a call, shoot me a text, find me on Facebook, message me, any way you have to, and I'll be there to help you out.